There are 3 things that you need to stop doing immediately if you want to turn your potential into reality. Don't you hate feeling like you know what to do, but you're just not doing it? Why aren't you doing it? I blame mental clutter, the clutter inside your mind, the stuff getting in the way of you living a life you'd rather live, one where you're living on purpose, living fulfilled in doing what you love, with whom you love, when and however you want to. The mental clutter we've been carrying around for all these years really starts to get ratcheted up when we pair that with the mental load of motherhood. It's a lot to juggle those 2 things and not feel like you're drowning all the time. When you marry motherhood and entrepreneurship, those 2 all-consuming roles either become allies or adversaries. And when you feel the most burnt out, the most depleted energetically, and paralyzed in fear, that's when you know it's time to take out the trash. There are 3 things you're doing right now that are sabotaging your success, and each one of them is optional. Before we dive into these 3, who am I to be telling you all this? Hi, I'm Yvette the Declutterist, your less is more coach and business mentor, and I've spent over 10 years decluttering minds so that moms just like you can experience peace, joy, love, and make space for the full expression of who you are in this lifetime. And if you've been waiting for something outside of you to give you permission to pursue your passion and your purpose, this video is for you. You caught me a little sniffly today, but I am fired up for this message, so stay with me. There are 3 things you need to stop doing immediately if you want to turn your potential into reality. We're going to get into why to stop doing these things and how to stop doing these things. Because I believe this is the missing piece for mompreneurs, and it's mindset. Mindset from day one will make or break your momentum. And the only way to fast track your success is to experience life and business on the other side of these mental constraints. If you're constantly battling mom guilt because you're not spending enough quality time with your kids because you're too busy trying to make ends meet, or you're not making money fast enough in your business to buy your freedom so that you can be the mom that's present and available to her kids, then the prescription for you is a mindset reset. Why? Because those thoughts and behaviors are rooted in lack, and lack is a mindset problem. Let me explain. But before I do, please click like and subscribe on this video if this is content you want to see more of. That way, each week when I release a new video, you won't miss it. And other moms will find it too. Thanks. Okay, back to it. I'm a student of the mind, so let me break this down and reveal the psychology behind why this is so. So imagine on any given day, you have a thought, and it's a thought you've been thinking for as long as you can remember. Then you have an emotional trigger because there's an emotional charge to that repetitive thought. And it tells the body how to behave. So if that thought is, I'm not good enough, I don't know enough, I don't trust myself, then what type of behavior will you get? Procrastination. And it is time to stop waiting. Because what is procrastination? But fear. And what does fear conjure up in the body? Stress and survival instincts like fight, flight, fawn, or freeze. Why is that a problem? Because when you fight, you argue, resist, try to control others, and overwork yourself. Behaviors rooted in competition. When you flee, you escape, avoid, and distract yourself. When you fawn, you focus on accommodating others before yourself. You people please. And when you freeze, you shut down, you feel creatively stuck, and you can't make decisions. Notice how none of those survival instincts are the power to create your own reality. It's more like you reacting to what you think is happening to you. And Dr. Joe Dispenza says we spend 70% of our time in survival mode. So most of the time we're just reacting to life. No thanks. If you think you don't have time to start a business now, or you don't know what it takes to be successful, then you won't make the time for it to be successful. And if and when you're ready to put in the time to start the business, then you'll still feel like you don't have enough. You can't wait for the 5-figure months to start running your business like you have a life to live. You need to build that 10K a month business like you have a life to live now. You need to be stealthy, resourceful, clear-headed, and purposeful now. If you don't execute and operate in your business like you're a mom first now, and start seeing the results and the success from that, then you'll never truly believe you can execute and operate as a mom first ever. You'll sacrifice and hustle to your first million as much as you do to your first dollar. And that's why you hear a lot of moms nowadays say that if I'm succeeding in business, I'm failing at being a mother, and vice versa. That's just poor planning. If you want to be that calm and present force in the storm, making decisions that are congruent with where you are now and where you want to be as both mom and entrepreneur, then you have to stop letting clutter stand in your way. Dr. Joe Dispenza says, you can't wait for your success to feel empowered. You can't wait for your wealth to feel abundant. You can't wait for your new relationship to feel love or your healing to feel whole. That's the old model of reality, waiting for something outside of us to change how we feel inside of us. In other words, you can't wait. You have to become her now. Declutter the identity gap between who you think you are and who you want to be. Here's how we're going to do that. The 3 things to stop doing and what to do instead. Number 1, stop waiting for your first paycheck to feel confident about your message. What to do instead? Rehearse your reality. You don't need a client testimonial to start spreading your message or sharing your theories and ideas. But what's funny is when you start doing that, that's how you'll get your first client. So whenever you can, close your eyes and envision it. Imagine yourself putting out a YouTube video, an Instagram reel, or a LinkedIn post, and getting people immediately responding and asking how to work with you. Mentally rehearse the reality you want to experience. The brain doesn't know the difference, so tell it what you want to create. And the universe will see what you're trying to attract and send it to you like a magnet. So see yourself getting your first client, your first paycheck, and attach that reality to you just putting yourself out there, to you just trusting yourself, sharing your story, organically creating a community of people who want to hear what you have to say. Number 2, stop waiting for perfect timing to start doing the work that fulfills you as an entrepreneur. Here's what to do instead. Align your behavior with your vision. Perfect timing is a myth. What you really want is emotional safety as you pursue your calling. So create it internally by choosing to act like the person who has the life you want to step into. Act as if. Now, why not decide that you can effortlessly start exploring this idea you have of creating a brand around your problem and solution and how you want to help people? Because there is a simple way to start. Overwhelm comes from overthinking all the thoughts that are rooted in fear and worry. When you live like the time is now, like the time you have is now to live a life of your dreams, then you will live your wildest dreams come true. Number 3, stop waiting for another certificate or degree before you start charging for what you already know. Here's what to do instead. Capitalize on your self-worth. Build rituals around reminding yourself of your inherent value, simply because you're you and there's no one else like you. There are people dying to work with you. They just don't know you exist yet. We think the next certificate or the next degree or the next coaching program will be the cure-all, will be the thing that gives us the edge over our competition, or the strategy that will unlock millions for us. And it doesn't have to work like that. That old cause and effect story is just a story. Tell a new story. That's the freedom you have now. And if you want to continue studying and filling your walls with degrees, more power to you. It's not a requirement, though, to start charging what you're worth in exchange for what you know now. I'm sure you've lived a full life and have had some great experiences so far. Details that people would pay to hear about. Start with that. Every rep, every iteration, every dollar earned counts toward your ultimate success, right? It all matters in the end as you continue to become the highest version of yourself. And there you have it. 3 things to stop waiting on before you start believing you can. If you keep waiting and seeking this external validation, then you'll keep outsourcing validation to powers that are not you. Take your power back. When I did, my whole world changed. I stopped waiting for others to tell me if I've got something, and I just started sharing what I've got. Raw, vulnerable, and imperfect. I started showing up on YouTube, Instagram Live, interviews, stages, and piece by piece built a business I'm really proud of. And I didn't have to give up being a mom I'm proud of either. If I can do it, so can you. When you're ready to stop getting in your own way as you build your business and you want some help, you know where to find me. Till the next one. Peace.